Alright, so this hand is not very exciting. Just too many lands. Ugh, this hand. This hand is bad too. But if we can hit a land, and we do have the scry to hit a land, it's at least functional. He mulligans. I'm gonna go to 5. Alright, this is whatever. I'm gonna just bottom that. Maybe it's good here, maybe it's not. Double Inquisition on the play is usually pretty good, I guess. I just want to be able to start hitting more land drops or Jace's Madcap experiments and that stuff. But maybe that's suboptimal. My opponent is really tanking on his scry or her scry. So our opponent has what is a Death Shadow combo deck. Okay. So I think we just not sure. Also, his Lightning Bolt is super sweet because it's black. Might be the Tarmogoyf. Might be the Swift Spear is the only thing he can cast right now. I wish we had that second Inquisition. I was thinking we could Snapcaster Inquisition if we really had to. I think I'll just take the Swift Spear so he can't really do anything on turn 1. So Tarmogoyf is going to be a 3/4 at least. Okay, Searing Visions. We need to get blue. Can we save? I guess we can't really save the life. We have to get, I guess probably a Watery Grave so we can cast Terminate. So, Serum Visions. Drew a land. Alright, I think we can go ahead and bottom. Oof, we're going to take a lot of damage. We're going to take a lot of damage from these lands. We do need to get another blue source, and this is the only fetch land that can't get basic island. So, we'll do that. Opponent chose not to go ahead and I guess that's true. He's got Death Shadow. He wants to. They want to go ahead and get rid of lower their life total as much as possible. Godless Shrine. Look at this Lightning Bolt. It's sweet. It's wrong, but it's sweet. So I think on the draw step we'll click, or no. I think we can just terminate, and then they're at 14. We can decide later if they go ahead and fetch to potentially pay the Death Shadow. No, now we don't have priority. Okay. Swift Spear. I think it's still better to just terminate the Goyf and fetch tapped Steam Vents. Puts us at like 13. He's bolting for, okay, that's fine. So we're going to go to 9, I guess. Black. Does it do play out the Death Shadow here? Oh, it's a 1/1, right? Okay. Yeah, Steam Vents. Sure. Basic Swamp. So we can Snapcaster Terminate. I think that's what we go for. Yeah. If they can't lose any more life, we could just potentially. Oh no, that's okay. Well, I'm gonna Snapcaster Mage and gonna block the Swift Spear and terminate the Death Shadow. Or yeah, terminate. He passes. Is there Teamwork Battle Rage on targeting Death Shadow? I'm just going to terminate that. I think. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so this matchup I have more time to talk about what's going on here. So if I terminate the Death Shadow, so this is just becomes a chump block. It's not that bad. I get to click him in this draw step and go forth that way. And I can trade off the click with the Swift Spear if I choose to. I could also just choose to take the damage here. Since he's past priority, he can wait. Since it's double strike, he can do one, and then he can fetch to shock himself. I'm just going to use the male pronouns. I would like to be politically correct. I want to be inclusive. I want to be inclusive more than politically correct, because whatever. But it's just easier to use a preferred pronoun. Yeah, it's probably just my habit. There and here and his is like it's the same thing. All right, we're working through this, or we can. Yeah, like I think it's just better to terminate that. Like the Snapcaster isn't doing a ton of work especially if I go ahead and kill the Monastery Swift Spear and it's just staring down a 4/4 Death Shadow. There is some weird things you can wait for first strike damage to go through and whatnot, but it's fine. Platinum Empyrean is not the draw step we're looking for. In fact, I think I want to just click myself to get rid of the Platinum Empyrean, which means question of whether I want to do that now. Yeah, let's just do that now. Just getting a free draw step is better than potentially filtering our opponent's draw step, I believe. Draw Serum Visions. Okay. No, we'll block if we have the opportunity to. The opponent is no longer in the losing life business. Mishra's Bauble. Okay. We could potentially be in the racing business. Take 2 and deal 3. I think I actually prefer that. That way, our opponent has disconnected. Okay. Well, I'll just finish my point here. I think I'm actually inclined to take 2, go to 7. We attack him for 3. He goes to 8. We get to Serum Visions. We get our draw step and a Serum Visions before Okay, they have rejoined the game. Opponent has rejoined the game. Yay, opponent! Never cheer for your opponent. No, I mean they're people too. Everyone's a person. So we hit them for 8. I don't think going to 7 really changes too much. I mean, they're going to get 2 draw steps effectively. Especially opponents looked at our top card and decided they want to trade. So, not that they have the option of. Oh, well, that's perfect. Okay. Assuming our opponent doesn't mana tithe us here, we're gonna be all right. They usually don't run Path's main deck, so this should probably lock it up for us. Another bobble. One card in opponent's hand. Extra draw step here. Let us draw that. Another Jace. Just bottom these. And see, we can play it safe and not allow a become immense to. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we just play it slow. Play out our Jace. We can flip and re-Madcap experiments. So, alright. So against this deck, you look at the spells, here's Downfall, and I think that's it. You can go with Counter Squall. Counter Squall does some work, but it's just a little too slow, especially on the draw. So what do I want to take out? 4 cards. Definitely cut at least 2 Jaces, potentially all of them. I think 1 Kolaghan's Command at least can come out. The discarding mode is pretty useful. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think. I think Kolaghan's Command is just way too slow and not likely to do a ton. I don't. Let's take a look. They don't usually run. Suicide Zoo is up here. I don't think they run what is it? The 2 mana artifact creature that lets you redirect spells to it. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Spellskite. Sideboard Spellskites, anyone? No? Okay. Yeah. Alright, so this seems like a reasonable way to go. Spell Snares. How many targets does Spell Snare have? Tarmogoyf, which they might have more of in the sideboard. And Temur Battle Rage. And Ancient Grudge. Stony That's another thing. Is that better than a Kolaghan's Command? I think I'll just go with it. Our opponent might be running more than 1 Tarmogoyf. This hand is fine. It's got Terminate and Bolt. A little land heavy, but I think we can keep this. Is this? Swift Spear, and the cattle. Okay, we're just gonna bolt that right away. So our opponent knows about Watery Grave, which is not the card we wanted to draw. I'm just going to go ahead and fetch a basic mountain and do this now. Yeah, if he wants to mutagenic growth it, that is what it is. I'm not going to take an extra 2 damage from it. Okay. So their turn, they can make the cattle 3/3. They're down to 13. They're almost in. Thoughtseize is not what we wanted to see here. As it goes. It's a bit awkward here. So options. We can Watery Grave, Shock, and just kill this thing right now. I kind of like that. I kind of don't. Like, we have a lot of ways to deal with the cattle. If we draw a Snapcaster at the top, we can Snap Bolt it. Danger if we let this live and play a tapped Watery Grave this turn is our opponent can become Immense Temur Battle Rage and just kill us. That might be a risk I want to take rather than shocking myself to either terminate or hold up to spell. So I think I'm just gonna, if my opponent has it, they have it, good for them. But they have to have land become Immense Temur Battle Rage, fetch land actually, become Immense, I guess they can sequence it the other way. So I'm just gonna play Watery Grave tapped. And see how this goes. Well, there's the fetch land. I mean, we could have also drawn another bolt, so he has to. Our opponent has to think about that a little bit. And follow up as a Goyf, which was a better terminate target. Alright, well, this is not coming together great. I am going to go ahead and I guess I can terminate in combat when I have Dispel up. But it's not looking that bad for us. We do need to stop drawing lands for sure. Basically, pretty much anything in our deck at this point would be pretty good to draw. Snapcasters, I guess Kolaghan's Command is not great to draw, which is why we trimmed them. Hero's Downfall would be fine to be a little bit awkward, double black. I wonder if we want Damnation. Damnation could definitely be a card I bring in. It's definitely slow, slower than I would like, but there's also a new feature on Magic Online is you can actually peek at what our sideboard is. So this way you know if you sideboarded something in or out. Nice feature they added. That is something you've always been able to do in live Magic, but the opponent is just fetching a tapped land, presumably, to save some life. Got all their colors. I want double green, double black. Okay. I might be getting Thoughtseized. Alright. Run the old no blocks and terminate. And follow up. Lingering Souls. That is real bad for us. Okay, so we can Snapcaster Bolt that. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Yeah. Yeah. We could shock ourselves to try and terminate in case he's got another mutagenic growth. But he's got another mutagenic growth. Okay. Well, we're probably not winning this game. I couldn't really afford to take extra damage with this Lingering Souls just hanging out there. Do I want a second black source or a second red source? Don't think it really matters. I'll go with red. At least by main phasing this, we're not getting just completely wrecked. I think we just take this and go to 5. I think I definitely want Damnation after sideboard. Yeah, we really need to draw Madcap Experiment. So they can flash back to the Lingering Souls. Yeah, the mutagenic growths were just killer. I'm in favor of banning basically all the Phyrexian mana cards. Okay, so we can Snapcaster Terminate. Can't really afford to hold up Dispel ever. But let's go ahead and attack. Opponent is down to 8, so perhaps they. Okay. I guess we should do this in combat. We're dead to another mutagenic growth. It does that, and we draw that. Okay. Sure. Alright, so I feel like the Damnation comes in. Dillion Click is not very good against. Actually, Kolaghan's Command is pretty bad when they just have the extra card coat for being on the draw. Could bring in Staticaster against Lingering Souls, but that's pretty much the only target in his deck, or her deck. Right. Maybe there's a 1/1 Death Shadow at some point. People seem to be going. I think if he's running Tarmogoyf, well, I don't know. I don't know what deck list they are running. They could have Step Lynxes, they could not. Let's bring in Staticaster and take out a Click, which is pretty terrible against Lingering Souls. Part of the problem with hard part about playing against this deck is it's just kind of a little all over the place, and you're not sure exactly what you want to be trying to fight necessarily. It's possible he's sideboarded in a way that makes Dispel actually not good against him. He's the Temur Battle Rage Elements, it is likely to be de-emphasized, if not completely removed from the deck. So, I think I'm going to try a second Jace, just to have an additional win condition, way to cycle through the deck. All right, let's give that a shot. All right. Definitely want to play first. This hand. Wow. I think we can keep this. We can Serum Visions into action. We've got the Madcap Experiment to hopefully close out the game if he doesn't turn 3S. This deck is definitely very possible to do. But I think with the draw steps and the scry, we'll be able to find enough action to. I was gonna say it's potentially uh, because our opponent can have either an answer to a Madcap Experiment and or a discard spell. Let's see. I think we want to draw both of these. Um, definitely want the Terminate. Serum Visions, I'm less sure about. I think we want to draw the Terminate next turn and then draw the Serum Visions. We could possibly scry away the Serum Visions, or shuffle away the Serum Visions. But we also have the option of keeping it with the Urborg. Alright, what do we got? The Cattle. Yeah, the Cattle. I'm inclined to keep the Serum Visions right now and just hold up the Terminate. I think I'm willing to take 3 damage from the Cattle to possibly get a Tarmogoyf. But once he starts playing out a Swift Spear, I'm probably going to just kill the Cattle. Oh, that is shocking. Alright. I might get hit by something here, but it won't cause extra damage. Could have the Faith something, Faith Shield. Alright, and I never want to fetch a basic swamp, and I have Urborg on the battlefield, so I'll go ahead and take 1 and get a island, and then Serum Visions. Snapcaster Mage, Inquisition. Okay, so I'm going to put the Serum Visions on top and the Inquisition under it. That way I can choose whether I want to yeah, I'm trying to think. So with my next turn, if I don't feel like I'm under enough pressure that I need to cast Madcap Experiment, which is likely since I'm already still at 18, I would like to Inquisition and Serum Visions. So I would probably rather Serum Visions draw Inquisition and then do that. I would still have, okay, 2 mana up at that point. So we will do what I said. Let's do what I say. I could potentially try and run out a Snapcaster Mage to trade with the Monastery Swift Spear. I think it's worth it to just hold it. Just hold up, especially like our opponent can try and combo us out, but probably won't do it into this open mana. Opponent, what are you about to Death Shadow? Alright. Shadow of Death is arrived. think we want to do that. Serum Visions, Inquisition, because we can at least cast Snapcaster to chump block. I mean, we're going to Inquisition, so that can take away Temur Battle Rage, which I don't think is honestly a large part of our opponent's deck at this point. I would like to draw this Bolt. Yeah, okay. So I think we definitely take Path here. Our opponents, unless they draw like Ataxian Probes in a row, can't really make this very big. Temur Battle Rage is nowhere near lethal. So we'll take that, play out a Scalding Tarn, and pass. We can Snapcaster out cracking the Tarn if we choose to. Maybe we just want to do that. I don't think so. I think we'll just take 3. Alright. So, before we Madcap Experiment, we have to fetch our Forever Holder a piece. Don't hate the idea of getting an island and a mountain. Say everything taps for black with Urborg on the battlefield. Don't hate that. And then we can hold up Bolt. We go to 12, that seems safe enough. Mountain, island. So Urborg is doing some work this game. Okay, Damnation down, Staticaster down, some stuff. Our opponent drew Ancient Grudge. Good for them. Okay. That's definitely annoying. Not only does that just kill that, I think I just have to bolt the Death Shadow before it gets any bigger. Also, that means we cannot Snapcaster. Alright, this could get dangerous. We can't Snapcaster Madcap with the Ancient Grudge in the graveyard, really, until we draw a Dispel or something. Alright, so our opponent chose to leave Temur Battle Rage in their hands. Which I understand, I guess. So I guess we're going to Snapcaster, terminate the Death Shadow. I think I like just main phasing this. I put out the Polluted Delta that is known. Snapcaster, terminate. And then we'll block the Swift Spear, and if he wants to Battle Rage, just to Battle Rage just to kill our Snapcaster Mage, that's fine. And we're leaving up effectively a Watery Grave and a it's getting tapped. So, man, Ancient Grudge was just the absolute perfect draw for our opponents. And just to tilt ourselves, they've run like one of those in the sideboard, right? Ancient Grudge, one of. Well, sometimes you draw your one-ofs. And that's why you put one of them in your deck. Our opponent can just try and go for the combo, or if they happen to draw the combo. Okay, they thought season themselves. Alright. Oh, this means... okay. Alright, so if I block, he just kills it. If I let it go, they Temur Battle Rage, and I take 4, or I take 6 and go to 4. I think that's okay. Like our opponent is at 6, we can pressure their life total. Spell Snare. Okay. Yeah, I think we just attack, try and hit them. Yeah, Spell Snare for the Battle Rage. And so Prowess Trigger still resolves. Yeah, Become Immense would still just kill us with the without having to do anything else. But if we can put them on the defensive, that's probably where we want to be. I think we're just playing the waiting game. Spell Snare for the Temur Battle Rage. If they go for it, they can just... If they attack, I think we're still not blocking. Ugh, too many lands. Too many lands. Our opponent is also drawing too many lands. But we are drawing more lands than them. In fact, they usually only have 5 fetchable lands. Okay. If they attack, I think I'm in the targeting me. Okay. My Thoughtseize. Okay. We are in the block and go to 1 spot. You're going to take the Spell Snare. But we have to block because the Temur Battle Rage with Swift Spear puts him at is exactly lethal for us. So maybe yeah. A very close match. I assume we do not have a Lightning Bolt on top of our deck. Kolaghan's kind of good right now. They draw, and we draw. What do we draw? Oh, they're responding to thin the deck. Terminate. They run the weird Faith Shield thing, right? Faith Shields, which requires white mana. Yeah, there's no reason to wait on this. Alright, just F6 and see if we're dead. Bobbles himself. Druid. Okay. We are drawing a lot of land. We definitely... Alright, we scried every land we saw to the bottom. Jace, okay. That's pretty good. So if we can flip this, we can just bolt them to death. Right. Right. Did we get there? Opponent is trying to find out a way they are not dead. I would recommend to them they just go ahead and do a little more deck thinning and just crack this. That will definitely make the game end quickly, which is what our opponent is trying to do. They're trying to kill us on turn 3. It's turn 12. Come on, man. Discard that. And Bolton. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got through that one by the skin of our teeth. We both flooded out pretty badly. I would like to say I flooded out worse than him, but their deck wants to run fewer lands. Yeah, I mean, our opponent drew the perfect card, and we still managed to get there. So I'll see you next round.